Stopping street takeover is the solution that may finally put the brakes on these dangerous stunts. Plus, Kobe Forever, the two special covers for the Lakers legend and the connection to his number 24. You're watching The Rundown. Hello, everyone. I'm Robin Winston. Another instance of a dangerous nuisance on Southern California streets. We're talking about street racers taking over intersections. This is video from last night in South LA. At one point, a car hit the curb and came very close to hitting people as it spun out. Dozens of spectators blocked off the intersection as drivers performed stunts right there in the middle of the road. LA has tried to crack down on these illegal takeovers that have proven to be very dangerous and even deadly. So here's a possible solution to this problem. Small yellow barriers called hardened center lines prevent cars from sliding across the road and doing donuts. These are the first in the city, placed in Sylmar. Officials say the barriers are working, acting as a deterrent for street takeovers. Well, now safety measures in Boyle Heights are designed to prevent car crashes and protect pedestrians. Well, there's now a new traffic light at the most dangerous corner in the city, Olympic Boulevard and Orme Avenue. Boyle Heights has had more deadly traffic accidents than any other area in Los Angeles. Councilman Kevin De Leon says just 6% of streets in the city of LA account for more than 70% of the accidents. 8th grader Joshua Moore lost his leg after he was hit in a crosswalk by a motorcycle.
Changed my life, like not being able to do things. When I need to take my wheelchair, I sit down on the floor. I go step by step and then just bring my wheelchair down.
Joshua's mother tells us they need a ramp for the house. Along with the new traffic light come new curb extensions and reconfiguring pedestrian access ramps along Olympic Boulevard. An update on the use of force investigation at a supermarket in Lancaster. One of the LA County Sheriff's deputies involved has hired an attorney, and he's talking about the incident. The investigation centers on this video as deputies were responding to reports of a robbery back on June 24th. A deputy is seen throwing a woman to the ground, macing her and threatening to punch her in the face. The deputy's attorney tells us the takedown was reasonable.
Takedowns are actually taught by the Sheriff's Department. You can actually see the female's left hand jabbing towards my client. And that was probably about 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds prior to the takedown.
The woman was arrested and charged with assaulting an officer and a store employee. LA County Sheriff Robert Luna says he's working with the Department of Justice to investigate the incident. The 4th of July is always a tough time for runaway pets, and this year was worse than last. Between July 1st and 5th, LA County Animal Services took in 226 strays compared to 172 last year. Now, if you lost your pet, officials are encouraging you to use Petco's Lost Love service. It uses facial recognition technology to match dogs in its system with photos of your pet. Well, help is on the way for 6 sea lions in Marina del Rey. There's now a temporary triage center where they'll be monitored by a vet full-time. The sea lions are getting sick because of the largest algae bloom in Southern California history. NBC4's Gordon Tokomatsu has more on the new effort to protect these animals.
Desperate measures for desperate times. A portion of the beach here in Marina del Rey now cordoned off for stranded sea lions. They're suffering from domoic acid poisoning, something we've been telling you about for weeks.
A 50 by 50 square foot fenced in area that allows the animals a place to rest, and as of a week ago allows us to provide some medical assistance to those animals.
John Warner of the Marine Mammal Care Center in San Pedro, joining Councilmember Tracy Park and others to announce the opening of this temporary triage center of sorts. The animals will be monitored by a full-time veterinarian, given fluids and anti-seizure medications, but most importantly, separated from summer beachgoers. It became necessary because Warner's Care Center is filled to capacity, 100 sick or dying animals and more every week. The reason, the biggest algae bloom in Southern California history, more acidity and higher temperatures in the ocean.
The extent, the size, the intensity of them in recent 20, 30 years is more intense because of human impact.
We need people to volunteer to help identify stranded animals, to help educate the public about what's happening.
Also, donations, says Park, to help the nonprofits address this problem right now and in the future. They're going to need it, she says, because blooms could be as bad or even worse in years to come. And if you should encounter a marine mammal in distress, the advice remains the same.
1, stay away, and 2, call the Marine Mammal Care Center.
Gordon Tokumatsu, NBC4 News.
Who's ready for the weekend and more sunshine? I'll put 2 hands up. Meteorologist Stephanie Olmo is tracking a warming trend.
Hello, everyone. As we head into this weekend, I think we'll be dealing with some very nice temperatures across the area. And it's all because of the position of this high pressure system remaining well to the southeast of us, so away from us. But that is expected to change as we head into late this weekend, and for sure as we head into next week, as this high pressure system begins to work its way up to the north and expand really across the region, across the southwest and across the south central states, really bumping up those numbers. So here's the temperature trend for Moreno Valley, where temperatures as we continue throughout the weekend will be in the upper 80s, but then we soar into the 90s as we start up the new week, eventually upper 90s by Thursday. Of course, you want to hydrate, make a plan, make sure you have everything in place, check the air conditioning, and also make sure to have some shade, some drapes for the windows. Be safe out there. Back to you.
LA Mayor Karen Bass signed an ordinance that will speed up the construction of affordable housing all across the city. The city's current building code requires housing developments with more than 49 units to undergo a site plan review, which delays the approval process. Well, now departments responsible for processing affordable housing applications will need to complete all reviews within 60 days. Mayor Bass says she hopes this will speed up the process of getting people off the streets. This new measure can help affordable housing projects save up to 6 months during the planning and approval process. California is giving the trucking industry some flexibility to help it transition to zero emissions in the next couple of decades. The state has reached a deal with some of the nation's biggest truck manufacturers to reach 100% clean truck sales by 2036. The trucking industry will now commit to the Environmental Protection Agency's rule to cut nitrogen oxide emissions in half by 2045. The state also plans to mandate by 2045 that all operations of medium and heavy-duty vehicles be zero emissions. An East LA high school graduate is one of the finalists for the Stuck at Prom Scholarship Contest. The competition is so uniquely beautiful and creative that students make one-of-a-kind dresses with duct tape. Yes, duct tape. You have to see this. Check out this beauty. This is 18-year-old Carla Torres, and the 18-year-old recently graduated from Francisco Bravo Medical Magnet School. As she starts college next month, she wanted to win the $10,000 scholarship for her education. So after being inspired by 18th century French art she saw at the Getty Museum, she started making the pink and white gown with flowers and lace necklaces with the help of her mom.
We both never made a dress, so it was all new, and much less with like tape. So she has like a press down machine that cuts paper, and she had the idea of what if we try it with the tape. So that's how we were able to make the 3D flowers on my headpiece. I have like right here. They're like 3D. The necklace are here.
Wow, Carla is pursuing a degree in business marketing with the goal of getting into the fashion industry. I say yes, get into the fashion industry. That dress is absolutely beautiful, so creative, and we're rooting for you, Carla. All right, a big celebration is honoring one very special Labrador Retriever named Gretel. The dog has been working with the LA County Sheriff's Department to become a service dog. So the puppy has spent the past year with the department visiting inmates as a part of her training with Guide Dogs of America. But now she isn't a puppy. Gretel will return to the organization for her formal training as a guide or service dog for children who are blind and have autism. The Sheriff's Department held a special celebration recognizing Gretel's accomplishments.
It's been a wonderful relationship with Gretel. We had her as a young puppy, and it was towards the end of the pandemic when we started the program. So she brought a lot of joy, not only to the incarcerated, but also to all the employees. So we're very sad today that we have to let her go to more training, but we were very grateful for all the time that we've had with her the last 14 months.
Go Gretel. She's so cute. She's going to help a lot of kids. Gretel starts her next round of training on July 15th. Britney Spears says she was slapped by a security guard for NBA player Victor Wembanyama. So Spears spotted Wembanyama in a Las Vegas restaurant, and when she tried to approach him, she says a member of his security team smacked her in the face. Spears posted to social media saying the smack was so hard it nearly knocked her to the ground. She's filed a police report. A Lakers legend will be on the cover of NBA 2K24, and since it's the number 24, I bet you can guess who. The company released these two images of Kobe Bryant as the cover athlete for NBA 2K24. As we know, 24 was one of the jersey numbers Kobe wore during his career. The newest version of the basketball game will have a Kobe Bryant and a Black Mamba edition. Both are available for pre-order ahead of the September 8th release. This is Kobe Bryant's fourth time on the cover of an NBA 2K game. Are you feeling lucky this weekend? There are two big lotto jackpots up for grabs. Combined, they're more than $1 billion. The Mega Millions jackpot tonight is $427 million, and tomorrow's Powerball prize, $590 million. If you win, don't forget to call me. Good luck. And if I win, of course, I'll see you back here on The Rundown. You can always get news and weather updates on the NBCLA app and our website, NBCLA.com. And be sure to tune into Today in LA on NBC4, weekdays 4 to 7 a.m. I'll be helping you get around, even if I win the lottery, throughout your morning commute. We'll see you next time on The Rundown.